Good afternoon, folks. This is Fred Campos, owner of DFW Website Designers. Happy Monday, April the 19th, 2021. This is episode number 174 of your 3 business tips at 3 o'clock in and around 3 minutes. So yesterday we were talking about the right and wrong perspective. We're going to expand on that and talk about wisdom, because wisdom, of course, is knowledge taken to another level where you're doing things without necessarily having to figure out right and wrong, right? I always heard experience is making your own mistakes and wisdom is learning from the mistakes of others. So what are we going to talk about today? In making decisions using wisdom, we're going to talk about our past experiences, our current circumstances, and our future dreams and goals. Every decision you make, business owners, solopreneurs, personal individuals that want to do better in life, is based through a filter. I'm calling it the wisdom filter. And the funny thing is, we're going to talk about things that are not necessarily black and white, but maybe different for you specifically. And in making decisions about those, there are elements we have to take in consideration. And I'll give you examples where something may be right for one person or wrong for another. So here's what we're going to use. Business tip number 1. We have to take into consideration our past experiences. Let's say I'm a recovering alcoholic and I am in business of sales. Based on my past experiences, having one drink with a client is probably not a good idea. But another person, another sales rep in the same organization that has no problems with drinking, sitting down and having a drink with a client may be totally okay. So in making the decision about whether or not to sit down and drink with a client, we have to take into consideration our past experiences. Number 2, business tip number 2. What is our current circumstances? Let me give you an example using the same thing. Say I have a sales rep and he is a single guy and he is meeting with a client who is also single and they want to meet and discuss details at a bar. Now, we could argue whether this is a good idea or not, but for the purposes of this situation, we're determining right decisions. Well, we may want to take current circumstances and situation. If this particular individual is, has a fiance, he's getting ready to get married, this may not be the best scenario to put himself in. So he has to evaluate current situations. I'll give you another one that's a little bit easier. You are on a diet and you want to stop and get coffee at Krispy Kreme's. That may not be the best place to pick up coffee. You may want to do a drive-through at Starbucks. Walking into Krispy Kreme's is probably going to give you additional temptation that doesn't take into consideration your current situation of being on a diet, right? So in making decisions, we have to think about our past experiences, our current situation, and business tip number 3, what are our future dreams and goals? Again, this is sort of the same filter. If you were trying to work out each and every day, then making that a priority over another decision may make sense. Where again, if you were like me a year ago and maybe you worked out once a month, pushing the workout may be further down in your priority list. Again, everything we do every day is a decision. And each decision, when it's not a major decision, has to go through 3 filters of your past experience, your current situation, and your future dreams and goals. Again, like I tell you every day, these are areas that I'm working on in my life. I thought I would share them with you because I want you guys to be awesome. Now go back to sleep.